Ladies and gentlemen, let me go ahead and just ask all of you a very basic question. What do you think happens when you flood your city with 500,000 or more illegal aliens, then impose a bunch of communist policies, stripping landlords and homeowners of pretty much all of their economic rights? Well, we have the answer to that question. It's really not that difficult of a question to answer. Why don't we just go ahead and get right to today's breaking news, folks? Take a look at this. Officially, we have the confirmation 10 months into office. Mayor Mamdani's communist agenda has completely, unilaterally gutted New York City. Mamdani's rent freezes, new zoning laws, and sweeping anti-landlord policies were supposed to protect renters. Instead, they've caused rents to skyrocket. In Manhattan, the median rent right now per month is $5,295. This has increased by 8.2% over the last 10 months under Mamdani's leadership, if you can call it that. In Brooklyn, the median rent at the moment is $4,350 per month. This is an increase of 8.1% in the last 10 months under Mamdani's leadership, if you can even call it that. Mamdani's sanctuary city policies have made all of this even worse. Oh, really? An estimated 535,000, over 500,000 illegal aliens now live in New York City, while 40% of all New York City renters are first-generation immigrants, many of whom, of course, are illegal, crushing supply and driving demand through the roof. But as if all of that wasn't bad enough, perhaps the most damning evidence is the number here that nobody wants to talk about. New York City currently has 26% more for sale listings than rental listings. In normal major cities across the country, in normal urban areas across this country, rental listings generally outnumber for sale listings by roughly 50%. If you have 100 for sale listings, normally you would have 150 rental listings. It's pretty much the exact opposite in New York City. This total reversal here is a screaming, blaring signal that homeowners and property investors are dumping their buildings, they're dumping their real estate investments in New York City and fleeing the city altogether. So they don't even want to rent anything out. They just want to sell them, pack their bags. We're going to Miami, or we're going to Texas, or God knows, I don't know where else. We're getting out of New York City. That's all I know. The money's leaving. Okay. The homeowners are leaving. The investors are leaving. Everybody's leaving other than the illegal aliens. The illegal aliens are pouring in. After campaigning on economic relief and affordability, as Mamdani spoke about on the campaign trail, Mamdani's communist policies have turned an already expensive city into the single most unaffordable urban center anywhere on the globe. As a matter of fact, wow. Well, this truly is a shocker. I thought that maybe if we tried communism one more time, I thought it was going to work this time. I thought we were so close. I know all the other times we've implemented communist policies around the world over the last 150 years. I know everybody dies and it's terrible. There's famines and droughts and mass killings and genocides. I know, but I thought if we tried it one more time in New York City, that it was going to work. It was going to usher in the new American utopia. Well, as it would turn out, actually, we're just 10 months into it, and it's proven to be absolutely catastrophic. Who could have predicted this? Who could have predicted that such a thing like this would happen? Here's a photo, I kid you not, from a month and a half ago. Zohran Mamdani rose the rent all across New York and served himself some taxpayer-funded cake. On the cake, here's a photo of Mamdani cutting into a piece of cake, celebrating his rent freeze. On the top of the cake, it says, "Happy Rent Freeze." written in frosting. Then, as we now know, rents have just hit an all-time high. Vacancy rates have reached the highest level since COVID. And then he proposed a 20% raise to his salary for himself. Folks, you cannot make this up. Like we are watching this happen in real time. He says, yeah, I know I'm running the city into the ground. I know it's all proven. I know all of my communist policies are proving to be absolutely catastrophic, but I'm going to have a celebratory cake paid for by the taxpayers. And also, I'm going to be giving myself a 20% raise to my annual salary. You cannot make this up. But okay, here's a good question. Okay, inquiring minds would like to know. If mass illegal alien migration drives housing prices and rental prices up, wouldn't it make sense that mass deportations would drive housing prices and rental prices down? If you bring them in, you have an inflow of mass illegal migration, prices go up. But what if you got rid of them? Would prices go back down? Well, as it would turn out, the answer here is absolutely yes. And that's not just some baseless speculation on my part. No, as a matter of fact, we actually have that data as well. Take a look at this. The communists are going to hate this one. They don't want you to see this. Take a look. Deportation housing market shock. Since January of 2025, the Trump administration has been aggressively expanding their 287G police ICE partnership program, which allows local and state police to hand illegal alien detainees directly over to ICE. So anytime a local police officer pulls somebody over for running a stop sign, going 5 miles per hour over the speed limit, whatever else, they run their plates. They say, oh, you're not a citizen. You're not even in this country illegally. You're an illegal alien. Okay. I'm not going to write you a speeding ticket. No, you're getting handed over to ICE. That's what this program does. Now, according to housing data from the FHFA and from Zillow, over the last 12 months, housing and rental prices have decreased by 3.3% on average in areas with active or expanded 287G police ICE partnership agreements. So in areas where illegal aliens are getting deported, property prices have gone down. Meanwhile, in areas without active or expanded 287G police partnership agreements, housing and rental prices have increased by 4.7% on average. The data here is very clear. In areas where illegal aliens are actively getting deported, housing prices are becoming increasingly affordable. So folks, we have so much evidence, so much data, so many points on our plot here. Okay. If you want, doesn't matter what it is, if you want literally anything in this country to become more affordable, what is the solution? Mass deportations. You want cheaper rental prices? Mass deportations. You want cheaper housing and land prices? Mass deportations. You want cheaper meat and produce and bananas and whatever else you buy at the grocery store? Mass deportations. You want cheaper healthcare costs? Mass deportations. You want cheaper university costs, tuition costs for your kids? Mass deportations. You want cheaper energy or gas or electricity prices? Mass deportations. Do I need to go on? Folks, illegal aliens, by nature of existing in this country in mass illegally, they are inflationary. You get rid of them, prices go down across the board. That's a matter of fact. And that is exactly what we are seeing right now. Thank God for it. We got to stop this communist creep that we're seeing in New York. Stop that from spreading, push back on it, shut down the communists. 2, keep on carrying out mass deportations. We need to see them for like 100 different reasons. That's what it's going to take to truly put America first.